Alright kids, it's time for the PE9 rap, yo. It's time to start the show. Attention! All you underlings and sports stars. All you rising high schoolers and high school freshmen. You better shape up if you want to pass PE9. PE9. That's right. Just got real. He was just a boy. Who's out of shape and weak. There's nothing he can do. But when he hears that whistle, he's out of sight. Through running, stretches, and playing, he might not make it. But with these friends and foes to aid him, he might just get it. Who knows? Starring, starring, you know who. That's right, it's time for high school PE. The road ahead will be tough, but he can do it. With T, Debater, and Trackmaster, he's got some support. Got some support. Highlight, blonde, beer, battery, know him well Highlight doesn't, and they know his past. Then he's got athletic A with short, stretch, opposite glasses and bestie. He's got it. 59% is as quick as a cat, and if you have seen your girl or quitter or number 0, then you may as well say screw that. Number 2 and number 8's performance is unknown to him, and that girl codenamed Dabs, her skill you don't know either. And don't expect to lose with BB player on your side. Hugger and Nut Girl are split ones too. Trio Girl 1 and 2 like the bond. May not be good, but the other one has a dark bond with his. But alas, there are two foes that stop him. Cheater and Mr. Obnoxious, that's who. Quite a gang, I say, but somehow I might just make it. And now, it's time. PE9, Episode 2. The Run. Well, I was walking, but first of all, a quick update. I have changed some of the code names. The girl I called Heavier. That sounded stupid, and I didn't want to make fun of her. So I'm just calling her number 0 from now on. Trio Girl 3 is now called Cheater because in the past week she's cheated at a lot of her games that she has done. But she's still Trio Girl 3, so just remember that from now on. Who else? Okay, the guy I called Heavy is now called 59% because I couldn't think of anything else besides that stupid name. And the one I called Athlete is now called Trackmaster because whenever we go out and run, he's pretty much the fastest guy. And the guy who called Flirty is now named Mr. Obnoxious because whenever he talks to me, he is obnoxious as crap. Yeah, he's not very nice to me. And the reason why I called him Flirty in the first place is because he's always talking with girls and he's annoying the crap out of girls as well. Yeah, he'll never get a chance with one, Mr. Obnoxious. Okay, so episode 2 is called The Run, and I got a very good reason for that. Because this was the first day we did one of those 20-minute run stuff. So anyway, the day starts out, it's a nice and peaceful Wednesday, and it's the second Wednesday of the second semester of this whole entire class, blah, blah, blah. And so anyway, by the strange coincidence, I had just forgotten my gym clothes at my house. So I thought, well, let's see, I've gotten my way out of this several times in middle school, I can do it again. So anyway, I just kind of zoomed through the locker room and pretended to switch clothes and came out. And luckily, I was already wearing gym shorts anyway, and they still make you change. Yeah. So anyway, I was already wearing PE appropriate clothes. And so anyway, she didn't make us do the 5 lap around the gym warm up because we were gonna run. So we went out and hydrated ourselves, and it was a perfect day outside. Well, not really perfect. I'm talking too fast. Let me slow down and shut up. It was a bit cool out there. started to breeze a little bit, but once we got running, we got warmed up. So that helped it quite a lot. So yeah, and so remember, 20-minute run is how far we can run around the track in 20 minutes. The first off near where I live, 4 laps around that is 1 lap around the track, 1 lap around the track at my school, which is equal to a quarter of a mile. So, and guys have to run 6 laps to pass. So that means they gotta run 1.5 miles to pass. And girls, since they always get it easy, they gotta run 1.25 miles, because they got 5 laps to pass. The most guys can do is 10 laps for 100. The most girls can do are 8 laps to get 100. Since they get everything easy. Okay. So anyway, believe it or not, I actually start out in the lead. And so I'm running, I'm like, bye everybody, and I'm running real good. Yeah, I'm running, woo, I'm feeling the burn. Well, okay, I'll stop. And so anyway, by the time the 3rd lap is over, I'm tuckered out. I just can't run anymore. And considering how I'm extremely weak, I'm surprised I even ran that far without stopping. And then Trackmaster passes me, and Mr. Obnoxious passes me, and Absent passes me, which is a big surprise. He was present that day. And a whole bunch of others. So I just walk the 4th lap. I just walk the entire 4th lap. It takes a while. And by the time I'm done with that, it's like the run's halfway over. Oh, and I forgot to mention this vital information. Remember I said how Miss Watson would sometimes give us an extra lap in run days? Well, today was one of those days. So instead of 4 laps done, I was already 5 laps done. So I just had 1 more lap to pass. Well, I ran that one, and then it just kind of alternated between walk, run, walk, run, walk, run, walk, run. And so, yeah. Just kind of did that. And, so yeah, by the time, by the time the run's actually over, 20 minutes has passed, I've done 7 laps, but since we have an extra one, that's 8 laps, so I get a 90 on my very first run. In fact, the only people who were behind me at the end was like number 0 and Senior Girl and Quitter and just a few others, but that was about it, because they're kind of the, well, not so good people. But yeah, all the really good ones just kind of zoomed ahead of me. I mean, like, Debater passed ahead of me, Trackmaster passed ahead of me, Mr. Obnoxious did, as did Highlight, and Red Girl, and a bunch of other people. So yeah, remember, I'm doing code names. So, yeah, I get to the end of that, and I'm like, okay, well, that's over. Now how am I going to get out? Because if you forget gym clothes, you get, like, 8 points off your 6 weeks grade. Unlike my middle school, where it was 5 points. Now, I had to do this a couple of times in middle school, kind of sneak out. But anyway, what I did is, I got to the end, and we had, like, 8 minutes or so left to go in and change. And so I kind of stalled in the bathroom stall, as a matter of fact. Funny story there. Yeah. And I just kind of walked out slowly, just kind of hang out in the hallway that connects all the locker rooms and whatnot. And then as the bell rang, then I kind of zipped out without her noticing. So that was a lucky break. And since then, I've not forgotten my gym clothes. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty much really it. I mean, this episode was called The Run anyway, but can I think of anything better than that? I mean, why'd I wait till now to start filming this crap? Because now I can't remember anything. This is our last week of PE I'm on right now. I'm only on week 2, for crying out loud. But yeah, I mean, after we went in, we just kind of went in for the last 20 minutes or so, and people were playing basketball, and I was just sitting there. And one of the girls I can't remember, I kind of made friendship with in that day. Anyway, so yeah, that's the run for you. And then the next week, I got tested for ADD. Yes, I don't think I've told many of you this, except for Derek, but I have ADD. And I was getting tested for that on the 20-minute run day, and so I missed the 20-minute run, and Miss Watson wouldn't let me make it up until the makeup day for 2.5 mile run. Confused yet? So yeah, by the time I got back, it already was marked absent because I was absent half the class. So I didn't really do much that day, but... So yeah, it kind of took forever to actually get the next legit 20-minute run in. But yeah, that's the run, folks. And unless I can think of anything better in the next couple seconds, then I guess I'm done. Well, in that case, I got school off today. That's why I'm filming this on a Wednesday. Hopefully uploading this on a Wednesday. A bunch of other stuff. Well, yeah, that's the run. Ran around that big old track, and the track is actually where the football field is. Yeah, brilliant idea. But yeah, seriously, I'm like extremely weak. Suck at sports, suck at anything you throw me. And I could never make the track team. The cross country probably worse because you're not on level ground. You're just running up and down a bunch of hills and all this crazy other crap. Seriously though, that's really all I have for you. Like I said, unless I can think of something better in the next 2 or so seconds. Yeah. So how are you liking PE9 so far? So far I haven't really had anyone to watch it. I'm surprised Ladybug hasn't come on and seen it, but... But yeah, if you watched my PE9 trailer with the Google search story thing, you'll notice one of them was "and heroic win stories." Well, scratch that idea. I mean, I don't think I've said this part yet, but I've only won on a team I was on. Only 20% of the games we played in this entire class. Screw that. So yeah, you can get, but the getting owned real bad and humiliating losses. That's pretty much what this series is about, I guess. And telling you, for those of you who are in middle school or whatever, this might be the crap you do in high school PE. But of course, some YouTube users I found go to my school, so they know what it's like already. Now, I haven't found anyone with a YouTube account younger than me, so I don't know who really they are. And, yeah, that's really it. Well, it's been nice, talking with you. Come on, think. But yeah, that's really all I got. So, speaking of which, there was a game, since I'm talking about the third week already, let me tell you about a game called 21 Football. It's pretty much just basic football with 4 teams, 2 teams facing off each other and 2 teams on the other side of the gym. And you had to get 21 points to win, so that's why it was called 21 Football. Well, my team sucked at that no matter who I was with. Face it, man, I'm just a bad luck charm. Ugh. But yeah, seriously though. Howdy do. And only one time my team was able to beat a 21 football game. And back on the subject of warm-ups, I'm always in third place because Mr. Obnoxious and Cheater always get ahead of me. But I don't know, yesterday, Cheater wasn't there during first period. Mr. Obnoxious just was up for it, so I was able to get ahead of all of them, and I won first place. It's 5 laps around the gym, but no one actually does 5 laps. Well, me and Mr. Obnoxious don't either. Anyway, we do 4, and we kind of sneak off. Everyone is behind, and so we get to overlap everyone twice, and that's pretty cool. Kind of, it's like, hey, we're way ahead of y'all. And anyway, whenever I pass T in debate and T in Trackmaster, I say, "Hey, el overlape." I'm sure there's a different Spanish meaning for overlap, but yeah. If everyone behind us either does actually does 5 laps, or they're just a lot slower and they kind of sneak out too. Okay, but I'll see you episode 3. This wasn't much of anything. Episode 3 is gonna be called the Ownage or something like that.